everyone! So for today's video, we are going to be talking about a disease that affects 15% of the population in the United States, or 9 million people, and that is multiple chemical sensitivity. So multiple chemical sensitivity, or MCS as we will call it and as the medical field calls it, is a disease in which your body releases too much histamine. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience and what my body is doing, because everyone's body is a little different. Histamine, for those of you that don't know, is something that your body releases when you're around anything that you're allergic to. So if you're allergic to dogs and you come in contact with a dog, then your body is going to be releasing histamine to fight infections and illnesses and prevent you from getting sick. When you have multiple chemical sensitivity, your body releases histamine 24/7. So this means that my body is on constant fight mode. It's battling anything and everything that comes in its path because it thinks that everything is out to get it. For me, this means that I can't be around any scents or fragrances, so candles, body wash, soap, shampoos, bar soap, perfume, cologne, and air fresheners, which are my main trigger. I actually lost a temp job that I had because they couldn't make the office scent free. So I know what you're thinking. You should probably have accommodations because it falls under a disability and you should have been covered. Yes and no, because when you are a temp, you don't have any rights and you're not protected by the law. But if you have these same issues and you are a full-time employee, then by law, your workplace has to accommodate your disability. This means making the office scent free or taking air fresheners out of the bathrooms, then they have to do so. This also happens when you want to move into a new apartment. If they have air fresheners in the leasing office and you want to or have to go in there, it's called a reasonable accommodation and they have to accommodate you. Your body can react in different ways depending on your structure and who you are. For me, when I'm exposed to different scents and fragrances, I react in very dangerous and scary ways. So now when I travel, I have to wear a face mask, which is the one that you saw in the thumbnail, and I also have to carry my EpiPen with me and an inhaler. What was happening is every day I would get hives, I would have anaphylaxis, I would have to use my inhaler a couple times a day, and I couldn't breathe. I also had a rash that went from the top of my head all the way down to my chest. This was incredibly terrifying and scary. This was a horrible experience, and I was afraid to say something because I didn't think that anyone would listen. So where I live in Boston, we don't really have any doctors that focus on multiple chemical sensitivity because they either think that it doesn't exist or they think that it's just your asthma. And if that's the case, then you can either do what I'm doing and look for a new place to live, or you can try to find doctors that will accommodate you. In later videos, I will be showing you how to live with MCS and how to change your lifestyle in order to make things work. Allergies and fragrances, these things that really trigger people who have MCS and who develop really severe symptoms, it doesn't just affect them, but so many other people in the United States and across the world. So if you think you might have MCS, then start becoming aware of what you're doing every day. I didn't realize that candles affected me until one day I was homesick and I had a candle lit. I blew it out, and as soon as I lit the candle again, I had crazy amounts of pressure in my face. I had a pounding headache, and I realized that the chemicals had been making me sick for 3 years. Now, with my disease and my symptoms, this went on for 3 years without a diagnosis, and it caused me so much pain that the hospital actually thought I had a brain tumor. So I had many scans done and tests, and they couldn't find anything, and it wasn't until June of this year, so 2017, that I was finally diagnosed. It's all about lifestyle changes and doing what works best for you. What I'm trying to do is educate other people about the dangers of MCS and also everything that's associated with it. I want to make sure that those who are being affected, if you're not diagnosed yet, that maybe you can find the reason why you're so sick. I also just came across an article, and I actually confirmed it with the airlines that there are several airlines who are using air fresheners on board their flights. So they're not just using it in the towels for first class, but they're also pumping it through the ventilation system, which is going into the little fans above your seat. This means that if you are allergic to artificial scents, you will be extremely ill, and the scents include chamomile and lavender. Lavender, while it does help people relax and sleep, there is a huge population of people who are actually deathly allergic to lavender. Me, myself, if I eat lavender, I get anaphylaxis and I can't breathe. I've actually started a petition so that the United States and the Department of Transportation can ban all fragrances on airplanes. This doesn't mean that passengers can't wear perfume or cologne or essential oils, because essential oils are a better alternative to artificial fragrances. If safety really is their top priority, then they should make sure that their passengers' health and those who are working on board are safe as well. So with 15% of the population in the United States having MCS, 15 million people also having allergy, and 25 million people who have asthma, I feel like it's time that we start talking about this. Right now, I'm actually reaching out to representatives and senators to work with me in order to put a stop to what the airlines are doing. This video is not about airline safety, but those of you that have MCS and allergies, I feel like it's really important for you to know. I have linked my petition below, so if you want to sign it and support it, then you can find it in the description box. First step to really recovering from MCS is to get diagnosed. Now, if you live in a place where you don't have access to doctors who will listen to you or even know what MCS is, then you probably aren't gonna have the same resources as someone in Boston or Denver. You are the only person who knows what's going on with your body. You feel what your body is doing, you know how it reacts to certain things, and now you just have to be extremely aware of your surroundings. So take little steps. If you're in a room that has a candle, do you feel sick? Do you feel dizzy? Do you feel tired for some reason? If you do, then you're probably very sensitive to that candle. If you walk into a restaurant and they have an industrial size air freshener in the bathroom, do you feel dizzy as soon as you enter that room? If you do, then the toxins in that air freshener are probably causing damage to your health. The biggest thing with MCS is that there are people who live like hermits. They live inside their homes, they don't have people advocating for them or activists educating other people about their disease, and they feel stuck and alone. I know that I felt this way, which is why I decided to make this video, because MCS is a disease that has affected me for 3 years, and I finally got a diagnosis, and yet I still feel alone sometimes. So if you have MCS, seek help from a doctor, do your research online, or just keep watching my videos. I don't know if you've recently visited my website, but I've shifted it from being a lifestyle blog into being a wellness and health blog. So you can find recipes for DIY shampoo, for healthy alternatives for the foods that you love to eat, and also natural beauty products. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about MCS or you need advice about your allergies or chronic illness, leave a comment below or visit my website, and I would love to reach out to you and talk to you more about what I'm going through and what other people are going through as well. So be sure to stay subscribed to this channel and look out for more amazing videos that are going to help you live a more happy, pure, and healthy life. I will see you guys next Friday.